Welcome back to the Artie Lang Show. Our next guest, an old friend of the show. He was one of the finalists of America's Got Talent this last season. Number 2 you were? You were number 2 or 3?
I was number 2, but I was the number 1 American.
Oh, so you're number 1.
Yeah, I beat all the other white people.
You're number 1.
I lost to a
Nice.
Japanese guy.
Oh, come on.
Story of my life.
And number 1. And so number 2 overall, number 1 amongst Americans. And then you went on the America's Got Talent tour. You just told me 35 cities?
Something like that,
That's
yeah.
amazing. And, of course, Taylor Williamson is here.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
yeah,
And
so-
I got that far thanks to you guys and all your awesome listeners.
Well, I think it was Boschetti tweet, right? Boschetti Instagram and tweeted. Right, Mike?
I helped him out as much as I could.
Dude, thanks. Here's the best Instagram, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's you can't beat it.
It's the best, really.
Because you know what it is? Not only is it funny, it's social messages that are very important.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like about your Instagram, Mike. The fact that
And they're
it's social.
heartfelt,
Yeah, they're
earnest messages. Yes.
Yeah.
I try my best.
Nice shut his mic.
I put,
Now, Taylor, how was the tour? That is grueling.
well, what's great? It was
Grateful Dead type stuff.
It was not. I'm never as a comic. You know, like ideally you do a weekend in one city for 5 shows, Thursday
Right.
through Saturday. Then you go home for the rest of the day and you just sleep and do nothing for 4 days. You know. And then
I love
and then the last year it's just been me begging for work like that and not getting it. So I've gone from nothing to 2 months of 2,000 seat theaters. Nonstop on a bus with a bunch of
Amazing.
crazy people, and these theaters, the venues that Artie Lang plays at, you know what I mean? And like Bill Cosby's signed and Brian Regan's, it was all going to be appearing at these shows, and like
So you're doing what? How many seats you doing? Like you said 2,000 and 3,000. Okay,
yeah,
that's great.
And it's family audiences.
Right.
There's like babies crying at some of these shows.
Really?
Legitimately
so as
babies
a comedian,
crying.
you can't take any risks as far as getting a little saucy with the language and.
There was a few encounters. Do you want to hear the one about making the girl cry or
Yes.
offending the?
I want to hear both.
Which one?
I want to hear both.
Well, because the producer of the show is not related to, or the director of the show, this guy Swanee, was awesome, and nothing to do with the AGT. He's doing the tour. He was like, do whatever you want, push the boundary. He's an artist, you know? But I'm like,
Swanee's there.
Swanee's, if I want to have a career too, though, you know what I mean? So he's
It's
like,
hard.
So, but I decided I'm not going to curse. I could have, but I was like, I'm going to be myself, and I'm
Sure.
not, whatever. So
How long is your set?
they wanted me to do 30 minutes, but I was like, one, I don't know if I can survive that long without offending everybody.
Yeah.
And 2, I'm not getting paid as much as I want to be doing. I want to come back to these cities, do my own thing. So kind of like, so I ended up doing a 10-minute set and a 7-minute set.
With those parameters, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the 2 scenarios that I can think of that caused a little bit of problems. One, there was a sign language interpreter on stage because there's a hearing impaired
I've
gentleman.
gotten in trouble with that.
Yeah, have you really?
Oh yeah.
So, of course, as a comic, you gotta like, oh, this is fun. I can make this lady say things with her hands, and I can learn things. So
I love it. I almost took one on tour.
I'm thinking about like I do film a special and I have a sign language interpreter there so I had her teach the crowd and myself hooker. That was fun. And you start with hooker, then you go to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Then I went with I don't think black people should be allowed to own property. and then these people who happen to be in the audience, they complain about me, but not the interpreter. She said it too.
Yeah.
She blamed the white guy, I guess she was white too.
That's
but
right. It's reverse. It's reverse racism.
She's prejudiced against people who speak. What about people who don't
Hear.
talk with their hands?
People
They're
can
okay,
hear.
but people who can. And then the other problem was we have meet and greets afterwards where we get to get lots of germs from all the people who paid extra money to come meet. You know, and there was a lady who skipped the meet and greet line. She had the badge. She was like, "Excuse me, can I come talk to you for a second, please?" And I was like, oh, well, why don't you come talk to me? Like, I'm being very cheerful. It's like, look, please come over here. It's really important. I was like, look, come over here. You can skip the line. It's okay. Come talk to me. She was like a 60-year-oldish lady, and she was like, I was very offended by when you used the term "slimy Jew" on the show. My father just passed away, and I was like, you know, I'm Jewish, right?
You're Jewish.
And she's like, and she starts crying, and I tried to hug her, and she wouldn't let me hug her, and I was like, I wanted to say, like, you know, like I said, you know, I called myself a slimy Jew. I said that. And she's like, well, my father died. I wanted to say, are you saying your father was a slimy Jew? Is that what you're inferring?
That is what she's saying.
That's what she's saying. Your father was a slimy Jew.
Listen, you're gonna meet all types out there. You're gonna meet all types.
But then there was this rad chick in Charleston, South Carolina. I talked about being a Jew as I don't know why I talk so much. Taylor Williamson and like I don't have nothing to do with being Jewish because that's my mom, but I love claiming it for some reason. And except when like stuff about Jesus was nonsense happening. What did I walk into here?
Sometimes you can get some props.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. All right. So sorry, the Jesus killing thing. And but she came up to me. She's like showing off her like rad tattoos and stuff. She's like, check out this out. She has the numbers on her Holocaust.
Oh, wow.
But she was like so like cool about it.
How old was she?
She's probably like old. She's like 80 or something.
Wow,
but she was like badass.
That
like,
is it. Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Those people are real survivors.
like that lady liked me. That's the lady who I care about liking me. Is the Holocaust
of course,
survivor, not the lame Jew.
Well, what about the? So you had babies and 80-year-olds.
There's legitimately like people who brought babies, and like my brain is spinning to like when I did a college show and someone brought a baby to the show. I spent half my show cursing and just saying, trying to talk to the baby because you're on my court or whatever when you bring a baby.
Babies don't understand it.
But then this show, I had a mom give me dirty looks and walk out because I talked about the tooth fairy not being real.
No. Now you're really crossing a line.
I'm edgy.
The funniest line I ever heard somebody do with a deaf interpreter on stage. Colin Quinn was doing a gig, and there was some corporate thing, and there was a deaf interpreter on stage, and he told a joke that bombed, and he walked over to the deaf interpreter and knocked on her head and said, "Is this thing on?" All right, we got to take a break. Come back. Taylor Williamson, all over the AGT tour, making friends all over the country. Welcome back to the Artie Lang Show. Taylor Williamson of America's Got Talent. He's out now. You're going to be at Bananas. When are you going to be at Bananas?
Bananas Comedy Club in Hasbrook Heights, Friday to Sunday. This Friday to Sunday.
Great, Route 17.
Yeah, Route 17. I'm as trusting you on that.
Yeah, it's on Route 17. It's in a Best Western hotel.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be a Best Western. It might be something else, but it's in a hotel.
It's a great venue. And then next, so that's this Friday to Sunday. And then next weekend I'm at the Improv in Chicago.
That's great.
And then I keep getting emails like, it's not in Chicago, it's in Schaumburg. Like, I'm sorry, that's called the Chicago Improv.
Well, how far, Danny, how far is Schaumburg from?
20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Well, the one you don't want to do, Vernon Hills, Illinois, has a Zanies. And that's an hour and a half ride outside. You fly into Chicago, you see beautiful Chicago, then a car takes you somewhere else. But the Zanies in Chicago is great. The one downtown, that's legendary. Where's the Improv? I never played the Improv in Chicago.
It's right by Wrigley. There's one in Schaumburg, and then...
Oh, so there is one.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Improv Olympic by Wrigley?
Yeah, but I think they can't use the Olympic name anymore. So.
No, that's a different venue. The Improv Olympic is a
No, yeah, the Improv is a different. The Improv is a club.
The Schaumburg is a comedy club.
A corporate comedy club. Yeah, but you'll do well there.
Yeah, they have a lot of retirees. You're gonna kill.
Well, you're gonna hope that a lot of people.
I'm gonna kill them. They're gonna die from a heart attack.
I hope that a lot of people go. You know, they take the drive from Chicago to see it.
Hey, thanks. You should come out.
That's what you're hoping. Listen, I'm booked. I'll be resting. I'll be sleeping for the next 2 months. Mike, this is a young comic. America's Got Talent. You're a journeyman. You've been around forever. Any solid advice you can give Taylor Williams?
Taylor, just keep being yourself. People love you. People love you.
What? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you choked up? Was that crying or a disgusting, filthy burp? Was that the filthiest, most disgusting?
I think it was choking.
Mike, every time I go here, you're choking on something.
It's super dry in here. I drink a lot of water, but I don't know.
It's super dry?
Super dry.
Mike, every time I go to you, there's something in your throat. Like a gerbil with mayonnaise on it. No, clear your throat first.
I couldn't help it. It just happened.
Hey, Michael, thank you very much.
No, you are a great
lot.
person,
Wasn't that
Taylor. You're going to
touching?
do great.
That was touching.
Hey,
That's it, though?
No, you got to.
being
The
yourself.
key to comedy is to be yourself. You can't worry about what other people think.
Yeah, already.
That's how Mike has gotten his own mansion in Maserati by being himself. Now, what do you think you've always been yourself?
Yep.
No, you weren't. In the beginning, you were Dice.
Oh, yeah. But I mean,
In the beginning, you tried to be Dice.
Really?
at Howard Stern's himself, Sandler's themselves, and look how they did.
Right, those are two examples of successful people.
But look at Mike Bucchetti's on a hit radio show, being himself.
Yeah, but I think we pay him like $40 a week. Now, well, listen, we appreciate you coming back. Come back anytime.
You telling me this, but I hope you know that I fight really hard not taking you up on that because I don't want you to not like me.
Well, you're off. Well, no, we like you. Come back. You're now you're doing gigs on the road where you're gonna need plugs.
Thank you.
You know.
By the way, can I say Rick Derringer? I came out to his theme music on the finale of America's
way.
Got Talent.
Nice.
The Hulk Hogan. I getting to meet him. It was really special.
You can't beat that.
He wasn't as excited as I was about that.
He's been through the ringer.
They're
I want to thank Judah Friedlander at Caroline's this whole weekend, Rick Derringer Trio with special guest Doug Rappaport. They were amazing. Casey Stern, and of course, Taylor Williamson. You're great, buddy.
Hey, thanks
Good
so
luck.
much, you guys. Thank you.
At Bananas.
This
Check them
weekend.
out. Artie Lang.
The Artie Lang Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.